well, let's grab your bar and let's get moving.
Okay.
Oh.
Just trying to see if I can get something that covers feet on the ground.
Well, now I can see your feet, but I can't see your arms. So we'll start up high. Okay. All right. We're going to start with the bar behind the back and our arms in a W shape. Yeah. And we're just going to move side to side without moving the hips. So just upper body rotation through the ribs. Good. Now we can bring some hip into it. Let them move a little. Good. And now go ahead and let the knees come in. All right. Then we're going to rotations, little swimming. Try to make as big a circle as you can with each side of that pipe. And then reverse. Good. Then from there, we're going to move straight into some back squats. Focusing on keeping that chest as upright as you can. Good. Then we're going to bring the legs out a little wide and go for some Cossack squats. Start fairly shallow and work up to depth as we go along. Good. All right, from there, we're going to come down into a deep squat, or as best as you can comfortably come. Okay, from there, we want to do a little rotation through the midsection. Let's try to bring one shoulder forward and the next while pushing those knees out. Good. We're going to stand it up now and bring that bar to your clean grip width. And we're going to work on some elbow rotation. So keeping the wrist as straight as you can so that the hand rotates, but the wrist stays solid. I want to bring the elbow up. And then back. As far as you can back. Then on the other side, we're going to bring it up. Trying to keep that wrist straight. Bring it up. And then as you push back, bring that elbow back as far as you can. Again, keeping that wrist straight. Yeah, we're going to go through 4 more on each side. Big difference from right to left here. It's your right shoulder that's tighter, is that right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that in your front rack position as well?
No, ma'am. Just
okay.
Like that.
Just overhead. All right. All right. When we finish with those, we're going to come into our front rack. And then it's keeping those elbows up and driving with them up. We're going to front squat for 5. Nice. Oh, no, I did look. All right. All right, we're going to do some pause ones now. Yeah, so we're going to pause for 3 seconds at the bottom of each one. And up. And again, big breath. And up. Each time, try to stand a little more forcefully. And last one. All right. Now we're going to do 5 pulse squats, because we're just going to spend lots of time in this front rack position. So we're going to go down to our full squat, halfway up, back down, and then all the way up.
Okay.
And try to really aggressively come up on the full stand. Good, nice. All right. Take a break, stretch that out. All right, we're going to go through the press, and push jerk, just to get those shoulders warm. We're going to start at the back of the neck. Just nice and easy, pulling that belly button back, squeezing your backside like you do, and driving through the floor. Nice and slow for 5. Really pressing out at the top.
Yep, that's where I feel the tightness.
Does it restrict you from being able to forcefully lock out?
It doesn't. I've had it before, but it's a strange thing. I'm not weak in the shoulder, but it feels weak. But I can press just as much. It just has a funny feeling to it.
All right. You can afford to go just a little wider with your hands if that helps. It wouldn't go any wider than that for sure, because that's coming dangerously close to a snatch. Maybe a little closer in, but not quite as you had them. There you go.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, then we're going to come around to the front. And then as much as you can with an empty bar, try to find contact with that body if at all possible. And again, for 5. Bring that head through at the top of each one. Nice. And now a simple push jerk. So keeping that same positioning, we're going to come down, pause. Oh, actually, we'll do a good push press first. Sorry.
Okay.
We're going to come down to our start position, our power position. And from there, push up and overhead. Good. And again. Squeezing the bum as we go up. Nice. Now the push jerk. Same thing, we're always going to pause in that power position so that we can get really comfortable with where that's at and know that that's our stopping point when we're going with full speed. And squeezing the glute is what we're focusing on with that lockout. Oh, I lost you. There you go. Nice. Excellent. Take it down, shake it off. All right, from here, we're going to go into a complex. Like I don't have enough of those. No. 3 positions. So we're going to go from power, from hang, and then from full, which is below the knee. We're going to do a power clean, a full clean, and then a push jerk. Yeah?
Power clean, full
Power clean,
hang clean,
full clean.
full clean,
Yeah, and a push jerk.
push jerk.
We're going to start that from the power position. It's okay, I might have made it too confusing. Then we're going to do it all from the hang. Then we'll do it all from below the knee. But we're going to start with the power position. Yeah, right here. So what we're going to do is 1 power clean. Yeah. 1 full clean. And then from here, 1 push jerk.
The push jerk. What's the difference between the push jerk and the jerk?
Well, a push jerk, very specifically, your feet don't move.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it.
So just like a push press, your feet will stay in place. With a power jerk, your feet move out a little bit.
Okay.
And you get lower. And then with a push, a squat jerk, obviously your feet move. And if you can, you squat all the way down. And we're going to play with those today.
Okay.
Okay.
So a power clean, a full clean, and a push
And
jerk.
a push jerk. Yep.
Okay.
Good. Okay, hold on first. Sorry, my bad. We're all going to start all of these from the power position. So we're going to keep that bar in the hips. We're going to do, oh, wrong grip. Keeping that bar in the hips. 1 power clean. Back to the hips. 1 full clean. And then 1 push jerk.
Okay.
3 times each.
Like do 3 power cleans.
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I want you to do that complex 3 times.
Gotcha. Following.
All right. Good. Keep it in the hip though. Don't go down too low. Okay, pull those shoulder blades back nice and tight. There we go. Power clean. This is all about the extension. Good. There we go. Nice speed. Get those hips big. Nice. Don't be afraid to pause for a second in the bottom of that jerk receipt.
Okay.
Before you stand it up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing. Except this time we're going to lower down to the hang. So pulling those shoulder blades back nice and tight. Pulling down to the top of the knees. And from here, we're going to power clean. Then reset. Shoulder blades back nice and tight. Down to the hang and full clean. Oop. And then from there, push jerk.
Ellie, if I'm continually landing too far back on my heels, what does that usually mean? Like I've noticed from last class and even now, I'm constantly feel like I'm too far back.
At the end of the movement?
Yeah. So when I finish and I land it,
Uh-huh.
then I feel like I've got to pull my body forward.
All right. It could be a couple of things. One is that we want to make sure that the weight that's distributed in the middle of the foot is moving straight up and not backward.
Okay.
My guess is it's coming from, when we're working with sticks, we have to control how much power we're putting into it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't put in the same amount as you would with a barbell.
That's
If you are, it's going to throw you off balance.
Okay. Okay.
So first focus on going straight up, make sure you aren't going back, and then try to regulate to make sure that you're going. I mean, we want to practice the power, but we can only practice it so much.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But that's an excellent thing to notice. Extension. Good. Speed. Good. Nice. Now bring those elbows out and a big chest. Okay, good. So when you come in for your jerk, your elbows are coming in. Yeah. And I want you to try to open those elbows out.
Okay.
Okay. Give yourself a big chest to get that up and through.
Okay.
All right. That's better. Good. Big, broad chest.
And so when you bring your shoulders out, is that a quick movement, like right when you dip down?
Well,
as you dip down, you go out, and then.
To some degree, we want you to catch your clean in that position as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as we're coming up, I want my elbows out wide so that my chest is involved as much as possible. And then I'm there. But if it comes in, which it does, you come up on that bounce up out of the clean, you bring your elbows out.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have that nice big chest, which gives you plenty of room to get under into a strong position for that jerk.
Okay.
All right. Let's see it again. And this time also, when you're powering up, try to keep, it looks like you're jumping high, but not in control. So as you jump, squeeze everything really tight.
Okay.
Okay. Nice speed through the middle. Yes, that's better. That looks like a strong landing. Nice. Lovely. Can you feel any difference?
Yeah, just kind of to tighten everything up instead of just move.
Yeah, and it's a tricky thing that, well, I mean, we can forget it with weight, but it's just really easy to forget it without. And this is where we want to practice all that tension so that it just becomes second nature to us with the barbell. Yeah. All right. So now we're just going to add the component of moving further down the chain. So now keep going to snatch. I don't know why. Now we're going to come down to just below the knee. We're going to drive slow, then speed it up. Sorry. Yep. Then we're going to come down again, driving slow, speeding it up for the full clean. And then, so all we're doing is moving down the chain to our start position now. Same movements.
Okay.
Get shoulder blades back, nice and tight. Good. Remember the first part of that pull to go slow and then speed it up once you pass the knees. Yeah, nice. All right. Give yourself plenty of time between the clean and the jerk. Make sure you're nice and tall before you lower into that power position. Nice job. Yes, that's it. That's control. Tight, tight, tight. Control the acceleration. Yeah, that looks nice and good. Nice and good. Awesome. Well done, Rich. Lovely. All right. Yeah, it takes its toll, doesn't it? Just the pull.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, we're going to go through a similar progression, but this time we're going to go just into muscle clean and then is that right? A push press. So we're still going to lower down and pause in that power position between the muscle clean and the push press so that we really focus on squeezing the glutes to get up and overhead.
So muscle clean is when it's just like dipped to your pockets.
Yeah, here, I'll show you what we're going to do. But the main focus of this one, again, is contraction between the shoulder blades and between the glutes. Okay. That's where we want to be really tight on that full extension requires the tightening here and the tightening up here. So that's what we're focusing on. So we're going to start at the power position. Straight into a muscle clean. Yeah. And then from here, just up and over. Okay. Then we're going to come back. And again. Yeah. For 3.
Okay.
Good.
No.
Up. Yep. From there, bring those elbows wide. Good. Now open those elbows up and then push press. Good. Find the bottom of that power position when you're going to the press. Nice. Good. Open those elbows up. Come down and pause. And squeezing up. There we go. Nice. Okay, now we're going to lower down to the hang and go same thing. From the top of the knee, muscle clean. Good. Open the elbows up and push press. Nice. 2 more. Oh. Was that your hand or the stick?
That was the tip of the stick.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to go through this one again before we go all the way down to below the knee. And that is because I want you to get those shoulders, those elbows open in that muscle clean. So if your elbows are collapsing in, that means your shoulder blades are no longer contracted. They can't be with those elbows in, yeah? So let's go back and work on this.
Okay.
Or actually, sorry, we're doing the muscle clean. But so that those elbows are landing nice and wide.
Okay.
Okay. So from the power position, Muscle clean. That's good. They creep back out at the end.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. They came at different times, but you can see it working. So we'll go again. Yeah. Nice. Good. Can you feel a difference in that? Take a break. Take a break. It's a lot of time for that major muscle group in your backside to be tensing. And then those small muscle groups between the shoulder blades get tired if we're using them. Yeah. So we'll take a break. And then we're going to move to that same thing, but below the knee. Yeah. I want you to really, really focus on just squeezing those shoulder blades and squeezing the glutes. Good. That's a better receipt position for that clean already. Keep that. Okay. Take your time till it clears the knee, then push through the extension quickly, but focusing on that shoulder blades. Yeah, lovely. Ah, nice. Yay. All right. Well, now that you've got those down, we're going to add a special torture into it. We're going to go from the muscle clean into a front squat, socks press, and up.
Okay.
And we're going to come down. And then down below the knee. All right.
Okay.
And we're going to do that for a little while.
Okay.
But we're going to take breaks in between.
So it's going to be from the pocket, from the hang below the knee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll take a break after every set of 3. Shoulder blades back nice and tight. Come back up. Okay, we're still muscle cleaning.
Okay.
You're going to muscle clean and then front squat.
That's right.
So
Sorry.
focusing on those big wide elbows in the muscle clean. Yeah, there we go. And stand it up. I know these are particularly hard for you, so we're going to spend a little time on them. Good. Way to fight for that through. Good. Now take a break. Yeah. To be honest, if I had put together earlier that I was demoing this myself, I would have spent about 20 minutes mobilizing before I got here. So.
Well, I've been sitting all day, so I was doing a bunch of band pull aparts and overhead pull aparts just to get ready because I figured it would.
Nice.
It helped warmer before we warm up for class.
Good, you're ahead of the game. All right, well, I need to, so I'm going to go through these with you. Do you see where those elbows were at the end?
Inside, I forgot to think about them. I was thinking about the squat and the press, and when I don't think about it, I don't keep them wide.
Yeah. So I think the two things I want you to focus on for this is just the shoulder blades and the bump. Yeah.
Okay.
Take a break. Don't rush right into it. You got plenty of time.
Okay.
Good. Lovely elbow position. If you need to shorten your squat in order to get more control of the press, then do. Don't worry about going deep. Lovely muscle clean. Nice, Rich. Good elbow position. That's better. Totally worth it. Right on. Are you feeling it open up any as you go, or does it just feel hard the whole time?
Press?
Yeah, the SOTS press.
It kind of
okay
feels
to just say.
it feels the same, but it's all, yeah, I mean, I guess it's tight because I just don't have anything to pull it back.
Yeah. So
Like
another thing to remember in a nice at-home trick, let me see if I can, is to use the door frame. Yeah, and you can use that for the SOTS press, both behind the neck and in front of the neck. Yeah, so that if it's in front of you here, you would step into the door frame and keep the door frame in front of you. And that keeps that line so that it's straight up and down.
Okay.
You have to use it on the side that the door is not on. Yeah, so you'd have to.
Yeah, I'll have to try it at some doors at home and see if I can find a doorway somewhere.
Yeah,
the only one
like
that
I can do it.
Work, I have a kitchen.
Let me see if I can alter this real quick. I can do it with my kitchen door, which is going to mean the dog is coming over, but that's okay. There we go. So I can walk up here.
Okay.
And that keeps me from coming too far forward. Now I'm coming in about 2 inches away from it right now. Obviously, ideally, I want to be able to be in there and touching it. I'm not going to do it with this bar because it'll chew up the wood. But
yeah. I think I have a doorway at home that I could do it in.
Yeah, and another nice thing is when you have the doorway, you can utilize it like we do the rack at the gym. You can actually walk into it. What's up, Bubba? Excuse me. If I'm facing the other way, I can come here and do my mobility work because the bar's held in place and I can use it to lever against.
Okay.
So when I would warm up, I would do it here. And likewise.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
To open up that front rack.
Okay.
So, and that's a case where the lighter the stick, the better, the harder it is to get that front rack open. But then when you have something like that to leverage it against, it helps.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I need that one for sure.
All right. Okay, we're going to finish with, lucky you, some overhead work.
Okay.
Okay, so, well, I say finish. We've still got quite a bit of time. So we're going to go from the push press to a power jerk to a squat jerk. Yeah. And then if we're really excited, we can go into a split jerk because you had it so I can see your feet. But
Okay.
the idea is we were going to focus on that power position again. Oh, Bubba, you're just going to lay right there, aren't you? All right. No, it's okay. I'll move. Go ahead. All right. So we're going to start with the push press. Then the push jerk. Then a power jerk where the feet are going to move.
Okay.
From there, if you can, well, you can, it's just a matter of depth. We're going to work on a squat jerk. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start with those 3 or 4, and we'll look at moving on to the split jerk.
Okay.
So it's about finding that power position at the bottom, getting super comfortable to know where that is so we find it easily every time. Get those elbows wide. Elbows wide. There we go. And then squeeze the bum. Good. Elbows wide. Nice. Now this time the feet can come apart a little bit. And now your squat jerk. Elbows out, elbows out. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
So take a break and shake it out though between each one because it's a lot of tension again. We're focusing on keeping those shoulder blades nice and tight. When you lower down and find that position, from there you just squeeze the bum to come up.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, make sure you've got the clearance. Okay. Push press. Nice. Push jerk. Good. Power jerk. Nice. And squat jerk. Oh, good, good, good. How's that feel?
Good.
Yeah, right on. All right, we're going to keep up with that, taking breaks between each set. We're going to do that for another 3 or 4 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Tension, tension, tension. Big chest, give me a big chest. Nice. That looks strong. Ah, it was a good looking squat jerk. Now you'll have to help me, Rich, because I can't actually see below your short line. It looks from here like your legs are pretty wide to start with.
I know they're ending up wide on the power jerk, not
The squat jerk,
squat jerk. Well, squat jerk.
the power jerk.
Power jerk, they ended up pretty wide. I was looking down.
Okay, so let's bring them in a little bit to start with. Yeah, because we don't want your feet any wider than your shoulders to start with.
Okay.
And that's good. I can see your feet. I can't see them in relation to your shoulders, so I don't know.
Oh, I wish I could figure out a good spot in this room.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing. That's a little better.
Better? Okay.
I have an idea of where your shoulders are because I can see your chest, so that'll work.
Okay.
Big chest, elbows wide, power position, press. Good. Good. Try to keep that chest up as you lower into the power position. That's better. Okay. Now your power jerk. Good.
That's about what
Right.
my footwork has been, about the same.
That's good. That's not a whole lot of movement, but that's okay. That works. You may not need a lot of movement, but that's when your feet can move, is on the power jerk. Yeah. If it needs to come wider, or if you need to do that to get lower as it gets heavier, that's going to be necessary, right? The one thing I noticed from this angle, and I'm glad you had to switch it, is your chest is starting to come forward a little bit in that dip to the power position. And I want you to keep it nice and upright as you dip down. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I know. So that we keep the back as straight up as we can.
Okay.
You're good. We're almost done. You're fine. Okay. Big elbows, big chest. Good, good, good. All right. So the progression for this, right, is it should feel like the same movement the whole time. It's just what you're doing as the weight gets heavier and heavier.
Okay.
Okay. So the one thing I want to make sure, and it looks like you are, but I want you to be conscious of it for now, is that your hips open fully before your arms move, press out at all. That bar, ideally, a weighted bar, needs to stay in contact with those shoulders until the hips have fully extended, and then it's moving on its own. Make sure that we're not pressing early. So try to practice that now consciously. All right. One more thing to think about. Good. The timing on those looks solid from what I can see. That's nice. Excellent. We will break that press out of yours one way or another. It's going to happen.
Awesome.
All right. So one more round of those, and then we're going to call it good. And we're going to do a little shoulder mobility to finish up. Does that sound all right?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. What's up? Stop it. Stop. Leave. Not now. Leave it. Thank you. Wait. Big elbows, big chest. All right. Nice. I might have fibbed just a little bit. I want to add something in if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I want to add in a clean and a power jerk together because your timing's looking really solid, but I want to make sure that we start getting that big chest and those elbows out into practice from the clean all the way in.
Okay.
Yeah. So just a few. I want to see. Let me see if I can get this back around. From the hip, 1 power clean. 1 full clean. And then 1 power jerk. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. It's not, yep, go ahead and get under it, just not all the way to a full. So get those elbows out.
That felt a little weird.
Yeah, it's okay. So I want you to start in the power position. So you're going to keep the bar at the hips.
Okay.
Yeah. And just 1 power clean and then 1 full clean. But we're always going to start from that hip position.
Okay.
To start with, yeah. This is almost identical to what we did before, except this time we're doing a power jerk instead of a push jerk.
I'm following.
So,
okay.
Shoulder blades back nice and tight. 1 power clean. Nice. Good. I see those elbows coming wider. That's what we want. Full clean. Push those out, push them out, push them out. And 1 power jerk.
Better?
Yeah. Good. So now we'll do it from the hang. So I want you to find your power position first and then lower down to the hang so that everything's just building on top of what we've been working on. Keep those shoulder blades tight and yes, now bring those elbows out wide and reset. Full clean, big elbows, out, 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 out. Good. Okay. So the challenge is if we catch a clean with the elbows together, we can't push them out from the squat. So I need you to think about catching with the elbows wide.
Okay.
All right. So now it's from below the knees. Yep. Power position. Lower to the hang. Then below the knee. Yeah. Big elbows, big chest. Yes, that's better. Lovely. Let's see that again. This time for a full. Power. Hang. Below the knee. Big chest. Much better. And bring it up. And now for 1 big jerk. Excellent. Your jerk looked a little less stable than the clean.
Okay.
But the clean was a much better chest position. Could you feel that difference?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. You're headless. No, I think you're good. We're good. We've gone through all of them. So, all right. We're going to finish with some quick cars. Yeah. Have you done cars before?
I don't remember.
It's just a catchy name for what we call controlled articular rotations. So it's just stretching, but we're going to do it really slow. Okay. So we're going to start by, when you're doing it, you're going to stand up. I want you to keep 1 hand on your abdomen because it's going to let you know if your core is rocking to compensate for your shoulder. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're just going to go really slowly through the biggest range of motion that you can, turning that hand out as it comes back and around. And you can see the limitation in my movement because my hand doesn't go all the way behind me. But we're going to make as big and slow a circle as we can. Coming down and then turning that hand to come back. to the front. And this just keeps me from wanting to go here. Like if I start to do this to compensate, I know it because my hand feels it. Yeah,
Okay.
so we just keep one hand on the abdomen. And we're gonna push that hand away to make the biggest circle that we can while keeping it as close to our body as we can. See, and that's where you see a big gap, and that's all right. But we want to bring slowly over time, we want to start to bring that hand closer to directly behind the shoulder. Good. Now squeeze those shoulder blades together as you do that again. Okay. And one more reverse. Turn that thumb. Good, good, good. Nice and up, slow, control. Lovely. And switch sides. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back nice and tight. Should make a big chest. So what we want to make sure is that we have the mobility when we're in these positions where we need that contraction in place. And sometimes because of our lack of mobility, we're going to pull ourselves out of that contracted, tense position that we need to support the weight. So we want to practice this in that same place. It's a lovely piece of art. If your hand is sweaty, don't touch it. There we go. All right, good. All right, so the homework that I would like to give you, if you are doing any this week, is to genuinely just practice without even a pipe. You're gonna come up and practice the big open chest receipt position. Just in a power position, you don't need to come into a full squat, just to get you used to the idea that that chest needs to be open when you receive. Because right now your habit is just to come here, and we need to train it to come here.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. That's it.
Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah, nice job. It's nice to see you too. I'm glad you had a good day.
Yeah, thank you. And good
All
seeing
right.
you. Hope you have a good night.
Thanks. I'll see you next week.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.